Hi guys, hope you're well. Hope everything's good. So this is kind of a different style of a YouTube video that I always wanted to do, and without me actually being at home, me just being in the car driving. I've actually been on a 3-hour journey to Glasgow. It's a really nice journey. Got some really nice views in the background, some mountains. So yeah, I've been thinking quite a lot really about the current state of affairs when it comes to starting an online business. Now, I've actually been in the industry for a number of years actually. I would say mid-2000s is when I started looking into the online world, and I bought my first domain. And in my head I knew there was always something out there when it comes to making money. But obviously over the years we always hit a blip. I've made plenty of mistakes in the online world. I have bought stuff, I have spent a lot of money, I've made endless mistakes, bad partnerships. But one thing I've learned from those mistakes is how you bounce back. How you bounce back and are resilient. Now, we have some people who actually want to start an online business. They get very passionate. They're excited. They buy the domain, they buy the laptop, they buy all kinds of cool stuff. Then what happens is that desire kind of dies down after they realize that it's not an easy game, it's not an easy journey, because it requires work. With everything that you do in life, you got to work towards it. So I've been thinking is in regards to the 9-to-5 job market, because I've seen people literally waste their lives away, spent hours and hours doing the same old BS every single day, and for a wage. Now, I love my parents. My late father, he was a role model to me. I love my mum. My mum's always given good advice. And one of the things I've kind of disagreed with, people around me, close people around me, is when it comes to having a job, or not really having the motivation to start an online business. What do I mean by that? Well, if with anything, like for example business, online stuff, you're gonna encounter failures along the way, and to most people it will put them off, right? And that's when they start quitting. That's when they think, oh, the online world, starting an online business is scam, I'm gonna go back to my day job. Now, believe me, there's nothing wrong with having a day job, a 9-to-5. If you're happy with working in a 9-to-5, I've done endless 9-to-5 shitty jobs, and I did it for the money. I'll be honest with you. I could walk into any interview and get the job tomorrow. I have my qualifications from university, but to be honest, I've learned more online since the time I've learned different skills online, learned myself, than what I've learned at university. Over the years, I've managed to become resilient. I've managed to learn how to articulate myself. I've managed to learn how to speak to people. All of these skills you're not going to really have in a 9-to-5 job, because in a 9-to-5 job, I'll tell you what happens. No matter how creative you are, no matter how many ideas you're going to bring to the table, the manager, the powers that be, are not going to value you. They're not going to value your contribution. They're not going to value your enthusiasm. because let's face it, you're probably a threat to them. So if you're someone who's creative, who really has the enthusiasm, and you're going to take it to a 9-to-5 job, good luck with that. Because what's going to happen is they're going to try to mold you, they're going to try to control you. What happens then is you're back to square one. So what is the point of all this? The point is you can have all the knowledge in the world, all the skills in the world, but those skills are not going to matter unless you do something about it, right? Now, unless you do something about those skills, people are not really going to give a damn, because at the end of the day, they're your skill sets, right? The question is, what are you going to do about those skill sets? Are you going to continue wasting your skill sets in a 9-to-5 corporate job? You might be getting paid 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 a year, but it is still not going to get you your freedom. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, this guy probably saying, quit your 9-to-5. I'm far from it. I'm not saying to you, quit your 9-to-5 job. But what I'm saying to you is, there's a lot of skill in you. There's a lot of potential in you. There's a lot of knowledge that you have that the world is waiting. Having read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. I mean, there's so many different examples I can give you where people did not give up on the knowledge and the skills that they had. Now, unfortunately, some people go to the grave with the knowledge that they have, and they've not really done anything about it. I promised myself I'm never going to let that happen. Yeah, I've been in situations where I want to quit. I've been in situations where I think, you know what, maybe it is better just to work at 9-to-5. But that little voice in my head, it tells me that you're not born for this. You're not built for this. You weren't built to pay bills and do the same old BS that everybody else does. Because if you have the knowledge and the skill set that the 1% have, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? For example, look at all the talented footballers out there. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo, Lamine Yamal. Look at Messi. All these guys had the 1% talent, and they were not scared to pursue their talents. So what is the point of this? No, you're not a Ronaldo, you're not a Messi, but the point is, if you have that 1% talent in you, what's stopping you from taking that 1% talent forward? What's stopping you in embarking on your journey that's going to allow you creative freedom? Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen. It probably could take you days, weeks, months, perhaps even a year. But the point is, if you continue watering your plant every single day, it's going to grow. You're going to compound your way into building something. If you're just simply working a 9-to-5 job, you're buying product after product, you're going for the next shiny object, and you're going onto these TikTok channels or Instagram, and you're buying all these crappy digital courses, you're not going to learn anything. You might learn a thing or two, but unless you grow your own knowledge and sell your knowledge, turn it into something that people can pay you, everything will change. Now, what really got me into this? Well, in 2004, my brother had a conversation with me, and he said one of his friend sold a piece of information on eBay. That got me curious. So I said, he sold information on eBay? He's like, yeah. I go, what kind of information? A PDF, instructions on how to find wholesalers. That was all it took, guys. Just that shift in my mindset, that if people are willing to pay for information, good information, what's stopping you from selling your information, package it up, and there's going to be people out there who's going to pay you. So that is when the mindset shift happened for me, guys. Because when you have that mindset shift, when you associate with positive people around you who encourage you to not to give up on your dreams, that's when you excel. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video, guys. If you're happy with more stuff like this, guys, like and subscribe, comment below, and if you can, bring some contributions to the table, by all means, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.